In late summer 1777, the reality of American independence was uncertain at best. The British had two armies active in North America. General William Howe and his army had occupied New York City for the past year, and General John Burgoyne was leading 12,000 troops out of Canada in an attempt to cut New England off from the rest of the colonies. General George Washington had suffered both humiliating defeats and thrilling victories over the British and their Hessian allies. His greatest achievement was in holding his army together and keeping them alive to harass the most powerful military force in the world. Battles small and great lay ahead on the road to victory. Some would be won, some lost. Burgoyne's troops in upstate New York were finding the invasion from Canada more difficult than they expected, and they hoped for reinforcements from Howe's army. General William Howe had another goal in mind, however: Philadelphia, the seat of the Continental Congress. On July 23, 1777, over 260 ships carrying 18,000 British and Hessian troops set sail from New York Harbor. George Washington didn't know what to think of Howe's intentions. He found it difficult to believe Howe could be moving his forces away from Burgoyne. Fearful that the Americans had fortified positions along the Delaware River, Howe moved his fleet to the Chesapeake Bay. Washington moved his troops to Wilmington, Delaware, arriving on August 25th, the same day that Howe's ships disembarked near present-day Elk Landing in Maryland. While Howe's men recovered from their journey, Washington prepared to engage the enemy. Washington needed a corps of light infantry, men who could move quickly through the countryside. He pulled 100 men from each of the 9 Continental brigades currently in Delaware. Composed of Continentals from the many states, this light infantry corps was the first truly national military unit. The corps served under Brigadier General William Maxwell, called Scotch Willie, who had served in the French and Indian War. Maxwell's orders were to harass the British, delaying them in their march toward Philadelphia. These delaying actions would allow Washington to set up defensive positions so that when the main armies clashed, it would be on Washington's terms. Howe had divided his command into 2 parts. The first was led by Charles, Earl of Cornwallis, and was personally accompanied by Howe. Cornwallis's division reached Aiken's Tavern in what is now Glasgow, Delaware, on the morning of September 3rd. Howe's army turned north, toward Cooch's Bridge and Maxwell's men. Maxwell was greatly outnumbered and was never expected to defeat the British army moving against him, but he needed to slow them down. To have any success, he would have to attack by surprise. Maxwell stationed his troops at several outposts along the road between Aiken's Tavern and Cooch's Bridge. The area was thickly wooded, and Maxwell's men used the woods for cover as they opened fire on the invaders. This light infantry corps included many expert marksmen armed with muskets and rifles, and they continued to harass the enemy within irregular fire over the course of 2 miles of road. This land was familiar to the American soldiers, and they knew of treacherous terrain that could bog down the approaching enemy. At about 9 a.m. on September 3rd, Maxwell's Light Corps suddenly ambushed the enemy. Sneaking out from behind fences and trees to lay down a deadly fire. 6 Hessians at the head of the column were killed in the first volley. At the head of the British Army was a respected corps of Hessian soldiers, the Jaegers. Jaeger means hunter, and these men fit the name well. Expert scouts and riflemen, the Jaegers responded in kind to the American attack. They took to the woods and returned fire. The Hessians were surprised by how aggressive the Americans were. At times, the fighting was hand to hand. The Americans fell back, giving ground as intended, continuously harassing the British and Hessians and slowing their progress.
Go, Lieutenant! Go, go, go!
The other advance fought a small party of rebels, but were delayed from joining the main conflict and supporting the Jaegers. Howe sent 2 small cannon to assist the Hessians, who were able to drive the Americans back.
Up on the first.
Virginians, wait, ready. Present. To the right, go deep. Fire. Priming those. Ready! Present! Fire! Get ready! Present! Close up and fire! Nicely done!
Position by position, the Americans fell back. Local tradition insists that Maxwell used the newly adopted Stars and Stripes to mark the rallying point along the river at Cooch's Bridge, though this can't be proven.
All right, independent fire. If they're hot, fire and follow me. Lay it on them, boys, lay it on them.
Regardless, Maxwell's men made their final stand at Cooch's Bridge, where they fought until their ammunition was gone. Eventually, one of the British flanking troops, Hessian Grenadiers led by Captain Karl von Frieden, was able to penetrate the American lines. They hit the Americans with light cannon, then charged with swords and bayonets. Maxwell's men, like most American troops at this point in the war, had little experience with bayonet fighting. Outnumbered and outgunned, they pulled back.
Here's your ground. Here's your ground. Get down. Get interval. Get it. Up on line. Get interval. Get it. Up on line.
Talk to me, son.
Waiting on me. Ready? Turn. Over.
Pull in your front rank now.
Rear rank, freeze in. Wait, hold.
Let him get out, let him get out. Take it!
Where going?
Fire! Stand right, fall back!
Stand fast, second right, you fall back with your...
Stand by your rank.
Freeze that! Fire! Freeze that! Fire! Fall back! Rear rank! Freeze in!
Fall back! Here's your ground!
Face to the front, come to the shoulder! Back to the shoulder! Run back to the shoulder! Take ready!
Take a hit.
Freeze that!
Fall back! Here's your ground! Not reload. Not reload.
Face to the front, come to the shoulder! Roll back!
Ground. Open order.
Take aim! Back to the shoulder! Run back to the shoulder! Take ready!
Take a hit.
Freeze that!
Fall back! Here's your ground! Do not reload. Not reload.
Face to the front, come to the shoulder!
Carrying their wounded, they retreated northeast toward Christiana. The enemy followed briefly, then returned to set up camp between Iron Hill and Aiken's Tavern, where they rested for 5 days. Howe's army moved on from Cooch's Bridge to defeat General George Washington at the Battle of Brandywine on September 11, 1777. From there, Howe outmaneuvered Washington and was able to take Philadelphia on September 25th. But delays provided at Cooch's Bridge and elsewhere slowed Howe's advance, gave notice that Philadelphia would not be taken without a fight, and gave the Continental Congress time to escape the city. Despite the seizure of Philadelphia, active campaigning continued with the Battle of Germantown and the siege of Fort Mifflin. Furthermore, his adventures in Delaware and Pennsylvania prevented Howe from providing desperately needed support to Burgoyne's army in upstate New York. Burgoyne was forced to surrender in Saratoga on October 17th. This American victory encouraged France to enter into open support of America's fight for independence. General Washington knew that he didn't need to win battles to win the war. History, of course, would prove him right.
Firm and precise movements, lads. Shoulder, follow. Poise, follow. Shoulder, follow. Charge, bayonet. Shoulder, follow.
The army looks to be in good order, and the army is spoiling for another go with the Redcoats.
Charge, bayonet.
In the early years, the men resembled a rabble, a flock of scared sheep. men have been recently recruited, and they're about to meet the Redcoats for the first time. I think most of the men, to be honest, are frightened. The officers have hardly ever drilled the men, and now they're to face the British infantry, masters of the bayonet. The men have a sense of the folly. These men are more familiar with the scythe than the sword or bayonet. And these men lack the professionalism of the British soldiers.
Coming low! Down with those! Stand fast! Victor! Bayonet! Come on, bayonet! Make ready! Reset! March! Stand fast, General! Stand fast! They're coming!
There was no discipline in these men, but that day will come. The Army survived the dark year of 1776, mostly through the small victory, the Battle of Trenton. Throughout 1777, the Army became seasoned fighters. Battles of Brandywine and Germantown, slugging it out with the British regulars. Then went to Valley Forge that winter into 1778. By the next planting months, the Continentals came out with the unified training and resolve of professional soldiers. The Battle of Monmouth brought this army a clear tactical victory, as the British would quit the field. But the eyes of Washington's veterans were on the defenses around New York. They were not strong enough to attack that city, but trained and further trained waited for the moment. When an opportunity arose to attack smaller outposts, Continentals would prove their mettle.
Charge. Cartridge. Withdraw. Rammer. Ram down. Cartridge. Return. Rammer. Shoulder. Fire.
Make sure your weapons are clean, accoutrements in order. Drilling to be done by squads, the Prussian exercise.
Fire. Take aim. Fire.
In 1778, Baron von Steuben was appointed the new Inspector General of the Continental Army. Now, von Steuben came to the Army with the idea that the Prussian exercises was the best form of being a soldier. Now, he understood that Americans were not professional European soldiers, So Baron von Steuben had to take a gentle approach teaching the men and teach the officers to be more patient and understanding to how these soldiers from America would learn and become professional soldiers in the European sense. It sounds complicated, but the von Steuben system actually worked. Thanks to von Steuben's new doctrine and disciplines, both officers and men took on the pride of professional soldiers.
Section! To the front!
The officers and non-commissioned officers of each regiment are to be perfectly acquainted with the manual exercises, marchings, and firings that they have been able to instruct their soldiers when necessary. They must also be acquainted with the dress, discipline, and police of the troops, and with everything that relates to the service. It being on the non-commissioned officers that the discipline and order of a company in a great measure depend, they cannot be too circumspect in their behavior towards the men, by treating them with mildness, and at the same time obliging everyone to do his duty. The sergeant was the backbone of the army, for it was under his charge that the duties and responsibilities of being a soldier were carried out. It was through the sergeants that von Steuben's discipline was learned. In teaching the recruits, they must exercise all their patience, by no means abusing them, but treating them with mildness, and not expect too much precision in the first lessons, punishing those only who are willfully negligent. Steuben's system of training the army was first instructing the model sergeants, and then to have the officers learn the drill from watching the model company of sergeants. The manual and exercises created by Steuben was a system of accumulative abilities, or building block stages, starting with the recruits.
First section.
This is the musket and the bayonet. By 1779, the Continental Soldier was armed with the French Charleville musket and bayonet.
Attention. Order. Firelocks. Shoulder. Firelocks.
The Continental Army had received French muskets and bayonets, caliber 69, while others still received muskets modeled after the British Shortland pattern, caliber 75. Both weapons would require a skilled foot soldier to stand or maneuver in compact formations to deliver concentrated volleys of musket balls, or a concentrated bayonet attack. The soldier was to be able to load and be ready to fire in 15 to 20 seconds, or 3 to 4 shots per minute. The standard firing doctrine was by volleys, and officers would know that victory would depend on the rate of fire at close range for 1 to 2 minutes against the veteran redcoats.
Attention. To the right. Face.
This is the Continental Soldier with the air of confidence,
To the
doing a
left.
facing movement,
Face.
turning upon his heels, correcting himself, 1 beat between each motion.
To the right about. Face.
When turning to the rear, he firmly slaps his cartridge box. Putting his hand to the rear will give him a center of gravity. So when he turns about, he will again spin upon his heels and correct his other foot.
To the right about. Face.
On every facing, the last movement is the fixing of the foot. When the soldier is taught to move his musket, he is again asked to count 1 beat between each motion.
Poise. Firelock.
The balance of a soldier, especially in ranks, is critical to the maneuvers of an army.
Make ready. Take aim.
His finger will remain out of the trigger guard until the command to fire.
Fire. Half cock. Firelock.
Take aim. Fire.
The Continental Soldier is going to go through the process of prime and load routinely. The prime and load is going to be a loading technique that will enable a Continental Soldier to fire 3 to 4 shots per minute. The typical ordnance for a Continental Soldier is buck and ball cartridge, a 6.9 caliber musket ball with 3 buckshot packed on top of the cartridge. This type of ordnance is used for more killing and wounding effect.
Cock. Firelock. Take aim. Fire.
Make
Cock. Firelock. Take aim. Fire. Half cock. Firelock.
Hey, hey! Go ahead and brace right. Your forearm right on the elbow of the soldier before you. Fire! Nicely done. Take aim. Very nice volley. They should all be like that. Fire! Nicely done, first section. Hey! Hey! Fire! Prime and load!
But before being a dominant firing force, the system starts with each man standing in the proper form of a soldier, carrying his body in the air of a professional. The musket held still and deliberate, for confidence in the face of British regulars starts with the visible silence and steadiness under the stress of battle, all attentive to orders. In this doctrine, immediate response to command under fire made the difference between victory and defeat. Von Steuben's exercises streamlined commands and made economy of movement more efficient. With instructing the recruits on how to fire their weapons, wooden drill flints and wooden charges are used.
Prime. Shut. Pan. Charge. Cartridge. Withdraw. Rammer. Ram down. Cartridge.
In the manual exercise, the movements of the muskets have to be done in very close proximity to the body when one considers the tightness of the ranks, whether in drill or in battle.
Firelock. Cock. Firelock. Take aim. Fire. Shoulder. Firelock.
As in all cases with von Steuben's manual,
Order.
uniformity of movements and timing is to demonstrate professionalism.
Shoulder.
So the soldiers are taught 1 beat for every motion.
Advance. On. Shoulder. Firelock. Present. On. Shoulder. Firelock. Charge. Bayonet. Shoulder. Firelock. Order. Firelock. Rest.
firelock.
Notice the heels are always 2 inches apart.
Ground, firelock. Take up, firelock. Shoulder, firelock. Order, firelock. Order, firelock. Shoulder, firelock. Secure, firelock. Secure, firelock. Shoulder, firelock. Fix, bayonet.
With the manual exercise, the musket is to never touch the ground on the loading process or the fixing or unfixing of bayonets.
Shoulder, firelock. Present, arm.
In the position of present arms, the right foot is brought back a hand's breadth, roughly 4 to 5 inches, behind the left. The musket is brought down to the front and center of the body. Notice the head and the eyes of the Continental, looking to the right.
Shoulder, firelock. Charge, bayonet. Shoulder, firelock. Advance, arm. Shoulder, firelock. Unfix, bayonet. Shoulder, firelock. Order, firelock. Rest.
In the new Continental Army, each regiment was comprised of 8 to 10 companies, with one company designed as a light infantry company that would be oftentimes pulled out of the regiment and sent with other light infantry companies for special missions. But for the average regiment and its companies, these soldiers are going to be drilling approximately 8 hours a day. And in this company, you're going to be divided up into 2 platoons. Each one of these platoons is going to be commanded by an officer and its sergeants. And for 8 to 10 hours a day, these men are drilling. Each one of these movements, for every movement, for every exercise, for every manual of arms, for every position, everything is calculated to demonstrate on the battlefield in the face of British regulars that these men are experts, professionals at their craft of soldiering. And with that confidence, the Continental Army can go forward and fight the British regulars.
Shoulder. Arm.
They were first instructed how to look and dress. The officers, a captain, 2 lieutenants, and an ensign would model cleanliness and proper wear of the uniform. The NCOs, the first sergeant, the other sergeants, down to the corporals, carried the responsibility of making sure the enlisted men were following every discipline and regulation.
Handle.
The Baron system started with looking like a soldier. Be clean, neat, and proud of your position, despite often being naked and shoeless. They were next instructed on how to stand in the position of a soldier without a musket. Then with a musket, then they would be incorporated into a squad of other men and work on timing and fluency of handling the musket properly.
Shoulder, firelock. Poise, firelock.
shoulder, firelock, present, firelock, shoulder, firelock, present, firelock, shoulder, firelock, advance, firelock, shoulder, firelock, poise, firelock, shoulder, firelock, order, firelock, order, firelock, rest.
Company, right, mark. Section, right, off. Right, left about, wheel.
The main army in 1779 is watching the British, who are penned up inside their forts circling New York. Most of the Continentals are either on outpost duty, fatigue duty, on raids, building forts, or constantly cleaning their clothing and gear. The other side of soldier.
Take care. Halt.
The men received the French contract uniforms in large quantities in 1779. Many others wore a linen Continental Army hunting shirt. Both were valued as it was better than being naked. Often wools, Osnaburg, or linen breeches or overalls were issued, plus a shirt, shoes, stocking, neck stock, and a military cocked hat or cap. The men were instructed in the Prussian system of why and how to care for their uniform. Their very health depended on it. All infantry were required to have a cartridge box, bayonet, and carriage, and these were to be cleaned every day. The way supplies were issued, rarely did a soldier have the exact canteen or cartridge box of the man next to him. Regardless, each soldier was inspected often, and whatever gear he had, it was supposed to be cleaned. A soldier had to use his haversack for his rations. His rations would consist of salted pork, salted beef, salted fish, possibly hard bread or flour, coffee, perhaps some vegetables, potatoes or onions, plus his necessary mess cup and plate. In addition to these items, he would also put some of his personal effects into his haversack, as well as his knapsack. In his knapsack went his extra shirt and stockings, plus his woolen blanket. In addition to these items, he would also have to carry black ball. Black ball was the blackened cleaning device, which he would use to clean his shoes and his leather accoutrements. Every soldier had to use his canteen for every situation. battle, building forts, cleaning his face, and each soldier valued this important vessel. A common tent would accommodate 5 to 6 men, called a mess. And once these men were issued this tent, they would apply a generous layer of hay or straw to the bottom of the tent, then occupy it. They would pool their blankets together, stash their gear within arm's reach, and spoon together at night for warmth. When in camp for a few days, the tents were expected to have drainage ditches dug alongside their sides to keep the rain from pooling underneath their bedding. Under the governance of Baron de Steuben's regulations, the men now had an outline in which to take care of themselves, keep themselves healthy, and improve their morale. A soldier's day in camp started by hearing all of the camp duties to the tune of the fife and drum. Their day usually started at dawn with roll call, being counted off, then being divided into various duties, sometimes guard or picket duty, fatigue or work duty, and various detached service working as cooks, nurses, and so on. For most purposes, the mess, a group of 5 to 6 men, would sleep in the same tent, receive rations, and would be administered as the smallest entity of the Army. There were times on campaign the units outmarched their baggage trains, and so they had no tents. So with the rain or snow beating down upon them, men could put up primitive shelters rather quickly. A lesson learned by necessity. On these long marches and without an ounce of care to rain or fatigue, the officers and men simply rolled up in their blankets, lay down upon Mother Earth, and rested until the reveille. On campaign, the men were worked to their very limits. A day's march for the army was often 10 to 15 miles per day, ending with the erecting of their tents if they were present with the column. It was quite common to march as much as 20 miles a day, receive rations, cook rations, then after getting a few hours sleep, to be called upon for all-night picket duty, watching the threat of an enemy raid. Then at dawn, having to join the column and march another 20 miles on just 2 hours sleep. At times, especially with new regiments to the army, smallpox inoculations would be given, and that unit would remain isolated from the army. There was very little free time in the Continental service, but the men usually enjoyed playing card games and keeping journals. Very few enlisted men wrote letters, and one must be reminded that a great number of the common men were illiterate. Because of this, storytelling, song singing, and other pastimes occurred in the camps. One activity, pranks, was quite popular among the rank and file. The men were required to dig their bathroom trench, a latrine, on the opposite end of camp away from the kitchen areas, and maintain a high sense of hygiene.
Let's try it out. See if it works. Yeah.
Uniform company or regimental kitchens were designed to create a central and practical location for cooking rations. They resembled a big ring in the ground and a noticeable potato mound of dirt above. Rations were in part food, beer or whiskey, soap, and candles. Cooking would be done individually, as a mess, or as a company depending on the situation. There were not many great recipes. You either boiled in a mess pot, baked it, or got some grease in a pan and fried it. There was a constant and nagging issue with supply. There were times when the men would go so hungry that they would catch an animal or a fish and just eat it raw. Usually on campaign, men would receive rations, consisting of fresh or salted beef, pork or fish, with flour or cornmeal. Vinegar was issued, as was whiskey, but vegetables were always in short supply. If the men did receive vegetables, peas were the norm. There would be whole days the men would go without meat, sometimes for weeks at a time eating just breads. The men would cook on hot rocks next to the fire, mess pots or kettles if they had them. Select women were hired to do the laundry work and other sundry duties. These women were also, like the men, heavily regulated and could have their rations cut and be flogged for such crimes as leaving their post and deserting to the enemy.
This shirt is awash with grime. Could I have it properly and thoroughly cleaned?
Put it over there. I have to put it into our account book.
Soldier, have you got any soap for us?
Well, I haven't here, but one of my messmates has.
We'll go get it, as we have none.
And after we're through with that batch, I'll cook the rations.
Being a professional army, the doctrine for crimes was simple and brutal, flogging for nearly every offense. Every action of the Continental Soldier was to be regulated and scrutinized. Some soldiers had to learn the hard way. All soldiers had been employed by the engineers to erect defenses along all fronts, but especially the chain of forts along the North or Hudson River. Continentals learned how to make fascines, gabines, revetments, redoubts, and the like. The soldier, whether in camp or on active marching and campaigning, would be ordered to build fortifications, usually with the direction of a French or Polish engineering officer who were assisting the American cause. By 1779, a new Continental unit, the Corps of Sappers and Miners, was created to help teach the rest of the Army this art and science. The Continental Soldier learned the art of building gabines, which were wooden baskets to build dirt walls, chevaux de frise, which were X-shaped defensive obstructions, frays, which were sharp-pointed defensive poles, or fascines, bundles of saplings tied together, used to form steps or walls and fortifications. Continentals took turns on regular sentry, picket, or outpost duty. These men were the ones who provided absolute security to all the camps. A system is taught to all the men on how to handle threats to the Army's perimeter. For the men, this is a big moment. General Anthony Wayne has given strict orders for the men not to load their muskets. Some officers have made the men pull their flints and to rely on the bayonet.
Hold! Make way! Hold! Hold! Make way! Hold! Corporal of the Guard! I have papers for General Wayne!
Let me see those papers.
Keep them dry, if you would!
They're good. Let them pass.
Are good. Thank you! Yep!
The men seem to have mastered the art of guard duty, scrubbing their gear, digging latrines, and drilling smartly. But what of it on the battlefield?
Halt! Who comes there? Who comes there? Come on, boys! Come on, boys! Come on! The fort is ours! Come on! Come on!
Dozens of men were killed here tonight, hundreds wounded and maimed. The bayonet was used to overwhelm the post. The blood runs in rivulets and pools in the dirt and rocks. 4 years of killing have gone by, but more years of killing until the ending. There will be more bloody fields, wrecked bodies, and shattered lives. But as Thomas Paine once wrote to the men, tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered. These Continentals have here on this field proven that they may not just equal the British on the field, but now overtake them in perfected discipline and resolve. The Prussian exercises gave these men the skills, and Baron von Steuben and the leaders gave the Continentals the belief that they, and not the British, are the best soldiers in the world. This spirit in the land would carry this army forward, through the hardships, and forge a nation. drilling pretty, but what of it on the battlefield? I know, I missed
Go
one.
again.
What was the one? It was the one,
Do it again.
guard duty, digging latrine. The men seem to have mastered the art of guard duty. Drilling smartly.
And again, reset.
And drilling smartly on the drill field.
Again, that was sorry. And whenever you're ready, action.
The men seem to have mastered the art of guard duty. Digging trenches gear.
Get again.
Again. Start over.
Action.
On July 5th, 1781, the advance of the American Army will come close to General Cornwallis, now encamped at Jamestown, near the historic site of Virginia's first settlement. After 2 months of active campaigning in Virginia, the final blow is going to come on July 6, 1781, at Green Springs Farm near Jamestown, Virginia. Green Springs Farm was the old plantation site of Governor Berkeley of Virginia, and it would be here that General Wayne's advance will lurch forward and encounter the British outposts protecting the British encampment at Jamestown. The advance of the Continental Army, mostly riflemen, some Continentals, are going to push forward into the British outposts.
Yeah, I think so.
The aggressive attack launched by General Wayne was a result of his own personal aggression towards the British Army and his wish that his soldiers could launch themselves into the British Army and drive them off the field at any encounter. This was General Wayne's confidence in his own men. Another reason why General Wayne was so aggressive as an attack at Green Spring was that a slave had been sent to the American Army. This slave was sent with false information that the British Army was in retreat across the James River and that only a portion of the British Army still remained at Jamestown.
Just line! Get up on line! Listen up! Company! Independent fire! Commence fire! Get to the edge of the woodline. Get to the edge of the woodline. Fire! Right alone! Fire! Company! To the front! March!
From 3 to 5 p.m. on July 6, 1781, the American and British forces, mostly in woods, will fight each other, and as one soldier said, they will knock down some of the British officers.
Independence fighters, commence firing! Stay with your file, partners. Keep on going at all times. Eyes up! To the front! Forward! Open order, open order! Fall back! Another wood! Extra! Watch your intervals, keep it open. Watch your intervals, keep it open.
At first, the American advance is successful and pushes the British outpost back to the encampment near Jamestown.
Left, face, front, forward, forward. There you go. That's good. Oh! Trust that rear rank up front. Are you loaded? I'm loaded. Five. Damn, I hate being next to you.
But unfortunately for General Wayne and the American Army in their attack, General Cornwallis, the British commander, had actually laid an ambush. General Cornwallis was a shrewd veteran officer of the British Army. What he had done at Green Spring was lay an ambush for aggressive American fighters. He had concealed most of his army behind a ridgeline.
Watch your intervals!
General Cornwallis brought his entire force up, threw them into the fight, and overwhelmed the American army.
Right!
Quite. Well done, lads. Speed. Prepare to get fired. Give. Fire. Load. Retire! Right about. Forward! Run! March! Company! Halt! Dress, first section, dress left. Bisection! Independent fire! Commence firing! Fire! Fire platoon! Back, right on! Give! Take aim! Fire!
General Wayne's plan of battle was very simple. He was to send his advanced force, consisting mostly of riflemen, some Continental veterans, in against the outposts of the British soldiers. Once the battle had seemed won, he would send in his reserves and push the British into the river. General Cornwallis was the best the British had. He was an experienced, seasoned soldier who had just spent the last several months in the Carolinas fighting it out with General Greene. Upon coming to Virginia, he wished to change the course of the war and bringing any American forces in the state to bear, confront them and defeat them in detail.
Get on your feet!
End of this man! End of this man!
You alright? No! I'm shot! You need water.
Right. Take a knee, everybody down!
Rise up, boys, rise up!
All right, on your feet.
Give your fires.
Take, ready. Take.
With many veterans encamped near Jamestown Island, General Cornwallis felt he had the right men in the right place to bring those American troops into a pitched battle.
Take ready. Take ready. Take aim. Take fire. Take ready. Take aim. Fire. Prime and low.
Commence fire! Fire in section with the train.
And in this instant, with 800 to 900 Continental veterans of Pennsylvania facing thousands of British regulars, General Wayne will not retreat, but order his men to charge. His men, with bayonets fixed, will move forward against 3 times their strength, attacking. At this point in the battle, General Wayne has no other option other than to attack. By attacking, he hopes to catch the British Army off guard and possibly save his small force.
We'll get up there in the line, start pouring out the volley.
Can't. These don't work.
Close it! Close it! Get back in line! Close it! Get up here! Commence fire!
The Americans feel emboldened. They surge forward, thinking they have a small British force ahead of them. The British soldiers keep retreating, keep falling back. And once near the encampment near Jamestown Island, the British soldiers hold their line.
We gotta get the hell out of here.
Sergeant!
Work well, sir.
Wait! Ready! Close it up! Press it to the right! Hey! Let's go! Hey! To the right about! Feet! To the front! Move!
Oh, they're shot me left.
Fire! Okay, that's fire. Let's back up.
Second section, here's your draft.
Quick step, lads. All around the quick step. Reload! First platoon. Next platoon. Hey! Fire! Okay. Movement. Move. Fire! Reload. Ready! Again! Fire! Company! Ready! Again!
Work well, sir.
Fire! Fire platoon!
Rodney, ready!
Hey, ready!
Ready, get fire!
Get
Get fire! slow match, lest it be burning.
Cornwallis is going to bring up the remaining half of his army. He's going to deploy them to the left and to the right of his forces. And at this point in the battle, General Wayne doesn't have nearly enough men to cover the front of what is now the battlefield.
Driving them, lads! Driving them! Let's go! Let's go! Driving low!
The Pennsylvania line had done all they could. They had stood at 60 yards distance and traded volleys with the British regulars. Now, General Wayne, wishing to bring his men off the field, gave the order to retreat. Pennsylvania line will reform at Green Springs Farm. General Lafayette had brought the light infantry up and had put them in position at Green Spring and covered the retreat of the Pennsylvanians.
Let's go! Get it on your shoulder!
Section now, sir.
To sum up the actions of the day, one can refer to the diary of Lieutenant Ebenezer Denny. The enemy advanced no farther than to the ground we left. We could not have been engaged longer than about 3 or 4 minutes, but at the distance of only 60 yards. Our loss is said to be upward of 100 killed and wounded, among the latter 12 officers, one of whom, Lieutenant Herbert, taken prisoner. A few of the wounded not able to get off were also taken. The Continental Army at the Battle of Green Spring will lose 28 men killed and 108 wounded. Though the American Army will suffer these staggering losses, they will be proud of their actions that day and will look forward for a chance to meet Cornwallis again.
Officers!
Fire! Shoulder fire off! Right about! Face! To the front! March! Make ready! Freeze! Yes! March! Shoulder fire lots! Go back here, slaves! Get down, rebels! Go back here, slaves! Get down,
All right, gentlemen. One round. Falling card, and we're going to fall back. Fall back! Gentlemen. Come on, gentlemen. One round and fall back. Fall back. Fall back. Goes. 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 Trot. Goes. Up. Mind your distance! Mind your distance! gentlemen! Fourth company! Make ready! Take aim! Fire! load! Take aim! Take load! Fire! Drive them on, Yorkers! Let's move it!
Only fire in order. bar.
Just the damn music.
Take aim! Fire! Good ball!
Tag aim! Fire! Reload! Oh, yeah! Huzzah! This feels